While looking through the hours of video from our last trip, to pick out the best bits as we all do, I realised that this particular hour contained many of the things that a novice could face on the TET. I have to say this is not my finest riding hour, and I do make a meal of one or two of the obstacles we come across, but I'm hoping it might give some insight to prospective TET users and at the very least show the state of the trail and terrain. Feel free to fast forward the painful bits. I did. I've taken one continuous hour of our trip with a couple of camera dropouts, and I've divided it into 5 short sections. The aim is to show TET hopefuls what you can face with regards to terrain and obstacles in just 1 hour, and also to show the nature of France section 23. The content of this video raises a fundamental requirement for enduring a TET run, that of fitness. A rider needs to be fit and their bike needs to be in good condition too, else the TET can be a punishing place with painful memories. Bike weight and size is one of the most talked about topics on the forums, and in these clips you will hopefully see why.
You made all that down there.
I know, just flipping.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the last of it then.
Yeah. To put you in the picture, we are 4 to 5 hours into our riding day on TET France section 23, and I'm starting to suffer a bit of fatigue.
Steady. Just start him up and walk him through that.
Yeah, will do. This is my 3rd multi-day TET run with the man in front, and this is his 3rd run across this particular section, but my 1st. Richard rates this section that you will see across the 5 videos as a 5 to 6 out of 10 for difficulty. Even the simplest of obstructions can be challenging. Hey?
Alright. Yeah, that was tight coming through them stones there.
Yeah.
Tight. I thought I'll come back and get you.
Everything's alright, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get off. The man in front has had 35 plus years of off-road riding experience and has extensive knowledge of the French and Spanish TET.
Yeah, that was tight. I barely squeezed.
Both our bikes are 2021 AJP PR7s, but Richards has the power upgrade whereas mine is standard. Also, Richards is a standard height frame and mine has been lowered 40mm due to my 29-inch inside leg. As you will see, this does make a little difference in traversing obstacles.
Yeah,
we're okay, aren't we? Yeah. Whenever you have a fall, no matter how slowly, I always check the bike for damage. Simple falls can sometimes inflict major cracks to engine casings, etc. So a quick once over may save a catastrophic problem or accident later. Alright, we'll plod on when you're ready.
Yeah. I stopped, right? If there's anything bad, I stop.
Yeah. Did you all hear that? If there is anything bad, I'll stop. "50 meters on. Did you say Richard's experience and taller bike just bobbed past this stone barrier? Now it's my turn. If I'd been a little more confident and maintained a bit more speed, there's a good chance I too would have bobbed through like the man in front. But feeling tired, I erred on the side of caution and decided to walk it through. Looking at the video now, I can see the riding line I should have used. Oh well, next time. You can hear the sump guard ground, and as the bike is already hot, I turn the engine off while I drag it through. In its TET configuration, my bike weighs around 195 kg, and although I have a rear pannier rack fitted, it is narrower than Richard's more traditional setup. You can see what a struggle it can be. It's time-consuming, energy-sapping work that could have been avoided with a little more confidence. That rear grab handle is so useful for pulling and lifting the bike. I use it a lot. Next, I wonder. I hope the benefits of a riding buddy are self-evident in these early clips, and also explain why seasoned riders don't always want to ride with novice partners. We can sometimes be a bit of a pain in the posterior. This is a good example of the width restrictions you can face on the trail. If your luggage is too wide, you might even need to strip it off to get past and reload on the other side of the obstacle. You can see I'm breathing heavily by now. It's about 27 degrees and both myself and the bike are getting hot. That large stone you can see, just to the right of the forks, caught the foot peg. This rear view angle does seem to reveal the terrain detail and vegetation proximity a little better, I feel. Back onto some more open tracks. The obstacles are not just on the ground. Something that was a surprise to me on these TET runs is how close you can pass by people's homes and farms. After all, we're not on a racetrack, and that's why the TET guidelines always suggest courtesy and consideration to others. You never know what you might meet on the trail. Mr. Newman has missed the turn. You will see this a few times, but he usually realises in time to give me a heads up if I'm not paying attention to the route as well. You can see an indication of steepness shown by the slope gauge on the right, and you can also see the change in altitude above it. It's unfortunate that camera does not convey the change in gradient. Everywhere looks flat. Although the weather is fairly dry, we have had some thunderstorms and heavy rain passing through the area we are travelling. You can see the wet sheen on the front tyre, and it's making the straightforward surface a little more tricky for the descent. We've just dropped 23 metres in 1.5 minutes. Another obstacle. It looks nothing on camera. After picking a line and applying a bit of speed, we are successfully over. Wow, almost. So in the first 15 minutes, we have covered barely 1.5 kilometres. I hope this gives you some insight into the TET trails, and maybe you'll come back for part 2, titled Heading for a Fall. See you soon.